I'll pick my nose for that.
That's true. I'm not above it.
Okay.
I'm checking the places. Twitch, looking good.
Yeah.
Checking the places. Looking good. Twitch, looking good.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm in that loop of hearing it 3 times. I'll mute it. There we
All
go.
right.
And YouTube, also good.
We out here, bro.
Yeah, we're back. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Okay.
Anybody who's tuned in right now.
The early birds fighting to get in.
That early bird special, man, getting in at 7:29. Love to see it.
When you have YouTube open, right?
I do.
Does it give you like some type of like, hey, this is what the stream looks like? Because for some reason, Twitch shows me as unstable, but it always shows me as unstable.
I mean, that's a you problem, dude.
Probably, but I'm not the one
I'm
streaming
joking. I don't know. It doesn't show anything from me saying unstable. Maria Jimenez in the YouTube chat. Hello. I see you there.
it. Classic. All right, you ready,
She's
dude?
the best. I gave it a heart. I'm ready.
All right. We're recording. Let's get it. Let me see you. Okay, let me do that.
I'm drinking a beer today on the pod. You know that? So I'm so loose.
Well, let's cheers to that. We're starting right now. Dude, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. My name is Mark,
I'm Vic.
and we are To Live and Talk in LA. No, it's been a while. I fumbled that.
It's okay. You picked it right back up and ran with it, dude. I'm impressed.
Man, it's like the Olympics.
You saved it.
I know.
You
We took
watching
a
any
week off.
Olympics?
No.
Oh.
Well, I take that back. I'm a basketball guy, so I got to see the Team USA.
Yeah. It's like pre-Olympics right now, though, right? Or has it started already?
I think it's
I
pre.
think we're in like
Yeah.
warm-up Olympics, which I don't really understand. I thought it was live, and then now I've heard otherwise.
Well, I don't know about other sports. I know basketball is doing their friendlies. That's what they call it in the international world.
Okay.
But all I know is that there has been no Olympic ceremony yet.
Right.
When it happens, I know. I don't know when it's supposed to happen, but when it happens, then I know.
You can just tell. You can feel it. Google is telling me that it's July 26th. So I don't know. I was watching some like diving thing, and they were ranking them with points and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, this must be the Olympics. I guess we're here. But that was just for fun. It sounds like now.
Well, are you a big Olympic guy?
Yes and no. I will get patriotic about it, though, if the USA wins something. Even like Mexico. I'll like jump on there and root for them sometimes. But not really, no. I don't really care.
Well, then what sports do you watch in the Olympics?
I think that the gymnastics are pretty dope. I think that not really basketball. The swimming stuff's cool. I think that all the track stuff is pretty cool. That's really it though. I like the stuff that people doing crazy stuff, flipping around. Like, you know, the other sports, like this traditional sports, I don't really care about.
So you're not interested in the high impact, high scoring game of basketball, but you'll watch people run a field.
Dude, have you seen how fast these people run? I was watching this women's track thing where they pass the baton and run around. They look like cartoon characters. They're so fucking fast. It's pretty
Well, their
cool.
legs go.
Yeah. It's like you can see
And-
that Sonic like little whirlwind under the legs. It starts blurring.
And
Pretty
it's fun. I
sweet.
mean, it's great watching on TV. I think. I think swim meets and track meets are extremely boring when you go there in
Oh
person.
yeah, for sure.
Have you ever been to one?
Unfortunately, some of my friends in high school ran track, and they kept like
Yeah.
inviting me. I'm like, okay, and it was what it sounds like, a bunch of people running.
It's so boring, but you don't realize how many runners there are. So you have to wait for your loved ones and your friends to run the sport, and that lasts about 2 minutes, and then you have to power through another 2 hours and 27 minutes to watch them stretch and then run the next event.
A lot of lining up, a lot of stretching. You know,
It's
for
I
what?
have family that swims, and I'd watch, and it was great watching them swim. But then you're at the mercy of watching everybody else swim for about 2 hours, and I'm like, dude, I didn't sign up to watch everyone else swim. Like, put the people I want in a block of, I don't know, 30 minutes and let them go. I mean, maybe it's hard to maintain, but fuck, man, it's just like when you watch on TV, it's fine, I think, because you can change the channel.
Yeah, I can bounce in and out whenever I want, you know. But it would be nice if they had some kind of, yeah. I know they can't schedule it around me, but if they could try, I'm open to it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, never once have I ever said, "Do you know when you're running?" When I perform comedy, they always say, "Do you know when you're going up?" It's like I don't ask when the person's going to go up for their swim meet. I show up.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, that's true. That just shows you that people really just want to know when you're going and they want to get the hell out of there, you know?
I
That's
know,
like
but
showing how limited their time is.
sorry, but if I'm a headliner, I get it. But I'm inviting you to a show, which I'm doing, which by the way, I'm doing August 3rd at the Pasadena Ice House.
Nice.
And I'm doing that. And don't ask me when I'm going up because I want you to be there for the whole show.
Even the
I
people
want
who
that.
suck, you know?
Especially the people who suck because then it makes me look better.
For sure. You want them to
I-
experience that.
Yeah, I don't want you to watch me with just a bunch of killers in there because then all of a sudden you're like, oh man, those guys are great.
He's
Mark did
okay.
Mark things. Yeah, he gave it the good old college try. It's like, no, you need to see me on the scale, which
Yeah.
is you got to see the extremely bad, the extremely good, and I'll be right there in the middle. And just like sex, you're like, you know what? Didn't wow me, but wasn't the worst time of my life.
Right. And you need those bad experiences so that you can land somewhere in the middle. Yeah. They need to have a
Yeah.
baseline. So I hear you.
I know. I'm gonna just say I get there. I'm first up. I'm gonna just tell you right now. I'm first up.
So get there on time. Bitches.
Get there on time. I'm first up.
That's actually a good strategy. I like that.
I know. I'd always tell him like, I don't know, probably in the middle of the show, and then I'll watch him kind of stumble on in during my set. I'm like, okay, dude, you're here late.
Just come up
You're
with a
really
joke to call people out who show up late. Like, there he is walking in. Do some crowd
You
work.
know? Well, dude, we took last week off, kind of
Yeah.
out of nowhere. What happened? What did you do?
Dude, I had to be in Malibu for a production crew that was working late, and then I also had a concert. So it was just a really stacked week. It was really fun though, dude. I saw a band called Cortex. For anybody out there who likes them, it's like or doesn't like them and wants to check it out. They're like a 70s jazzy, funky French, so it's fancy band. This dude came out. He was 77 years old man. Literally wasn't even dressed cool, an aged, like cool. I don't know who compared him to, like the Rolling Stones. Like they have funky style and stuff. This dude was wearing like a windbreaker and some like dorky red hat, and his tie was like this thick. Like he was just a cute old man, but he freaking slays, dude. It was insane.
And where was this at?
It was at the Mayan. Have you ever been there? The Maya.
I have been to the Mayan.
The Mayan.
don't-
Yeah.
It's funny because I don't know where it's at. The only reason why I went was, and it's not a thing anymore. E3.
Oh wow.
I went to E3, and I guess when it was a thing, they would have after parties and clubs and shows and music, and I was with my friends who are from all different parts of the country, and they found that there was something going on at the Mayan, and I'm pretty bought into the nerd culture, but I think that's only so much.
Yeah.
And when they started playing this goth synthwave DJ thing that and maybe you can help me understand because I think you're into it too, but it's like I like to nerd out, but it's like, dude, my music is pretty I guess my music taste is it can be kind of complex sometimes. Like we always talk about food.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just like something that's like fast and like a fast food.
Yeah.
I don't need something I've never heard of before. And weird sounds, and the most I'll go now these days is lo-fi.
To
That's
study
the
and yeah, that's good.
that's the most I'll ever kind of go. That's like not chart toppers or something like that, or like hip
Yeah,
hop or butt rock like Creed. It's just
yeah.
it's fine. But that's what I went
Hey,
to. Does it mine is when I went there, it was a cool venue.
I thought it's a really cool place. I love buildings that have like a style. Like they have all these old Mayan like pyramid things and like face. I don't know how to describe it, but like it looked like you're at a Mayan like building or something.
Hmm.
And it's also cool because it had like the old neon lights that like blink, like a big old jumbo neon sign. I actually think that's really cool. Like, that's something
Yeah,
we don't really see too much anymore. I thought it was rad. The line was super long. Like the line wrapped around the
of
block.
course.
Three streets, blocks. It went around. Like it was there forever.
Hmm.
Standing next to some freaking weirdo who kicked a roach at someone. Like it's just a chaotic situation. And there was this girl standing in front of us who showed up by herself, and she was kind of cute. And I was like, dude, I was looking at my boys like, hey, who's gonna step up here, dude? Waiting in line, start chatting it up. Maybe you never know. And I was trying to be funny and like bring people in. And then the dude behind us kicks a roach at her and squashed the whole vibe, dude. And she turned around and never talked to us again. It was
Yeah. Oh,
over.
hold up. Consent bot is coming in. I forgot my checklist.
Recording in
Ah,
progress.
There you go.
well,
That's it's the video. It's fine. The podcast is recording,
okay.
which you can find on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or however you get your podcast. If you're watching here live on Twitch, and if you're not watching and you're listening to the podcast, you can find us every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. on Twitch and YouTube. Okay, cool.
Very nice.
Wait, so the guy he squashes the roach and kicks it at the girl in front of you?
So this is the situation. We're all in line, and this dude kept talking to us, and we were just kind of like, oh yeah, whatever, and then going back to our normal conversation. Anyways, we get to a certain point in the line where there was like one of those big like metal gates with like a trash dumpster behind it, and right next to that door, like 3 roaches crawled out, and 2 of them started doing it, and one of them was just watching, right? And as we're passing this gate, the girl does like a weird sidestep and did like a weird thing. And I was kind of looking at her like, I don't understand why you moved that way. We're all in line. And then I realized because she's avoiding the cockroaches. And so we're kind of talking about it and how nasty it is. And then this dude took it upon himself to get rid of the roaches, except he kicked them at her. And that just pissed her off. I get it. And I was like, I don't know how to salvage this. So it was just, and you know what? She started talking to these dudes in front of us in line, and they were hanging out the whole rest of the concert, dude. And we saw them like 4 hours later, chit-chatting. I'm like, could have been you guys.
Who's you guys? Like, how many people were
I
you
went with
with?
2 of my buddies. It was just at the
Uh-huh.
3 amigos. Anyway, but it was a good time. We went to get some Korean tofu. There's a Korean tofu house, BCD. It's open 24 hours a day. Awesome. So good. We
Is
didn't
it
get
on
home till like
Wilshire?
1 in the morning. I don't know. I don't think so.
I feel like I've been to that one, and it's
It's right up there
It's
in
gonna-
K-Town.
yeah, okay. I think I've been there.
They give you a fried fish. They give you all these little accoutrements. They give you a little stone pot with the soup still boiling. So good. To answer the question in the chat, Third Eye Portal, they did the entire Tropa Blue album, just front to back, which is their like big time main album. So it was very cool.
Yeah.
I've just been living it up, dude. Honestly, it's been a busy week. I've been decorating my house. You ever like do something in your house and you just change a few things and you're just like looking like, yeah, this is like a new fresh room. I feel like my living room is fresh. It's like I just unboxed it. It's like a brand new living room.
The answer is no. I don't. That's,
I know you don't really care
yeah.
about decorating. I forgot about that.
It's just what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
And I'm hitting the S's really hard, and I can hear it in my head. It sounds like I'm.
Piercing.
That's
sizzling.
killing me, bro. I need a fucking. Oh, okay.
It's okay.
No, but the answer is no. I don't do that. I
Oh.
should.
Well, somebody would appreciate it.
Yeah.
She's
I
over
guess.
there. Yeah, say it louder for the people in the back.
Say it louder,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Dude, I put a rug out. We hung
yeah.
up some little like mirrors and picture frames all together. We got a bookshelf, and I got like a vase that I had and put some sunflowers in it. I just bought some sunflowers at the store. I buy flowers now, dude. I'm really coming along.
Apparently, dude.
Yeah.
I could be like the 40-year-old virgin, but not with all the figurines all hung up with the poster of Africa, the band. I think that was the band. Yeah. It's when he cleared out his place because the girl he was dating, the hot MILF, came by and he had
Yeah.
nothing in the place. I could live like that. Just
Minimalist.
empty walls, and
Yeah.
everyone would be like, "Did you just move in?" And I'd say, "Yeah, yeah,"
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
still
I'd
figuring
just
it out.
yeah move, and I could be fine. Give me a cot, I'd sleep there, and I'd be fine. That's
Dude.
me though. That's
No
me.
way, dude. No way.
Speaking of speaking of the old performers, I don't know if you know this, but I guess this year is the 30th anniversary of the Weezer Blue album.
Wow.
And I
Weezer.
found this, yeah. I don't. Are you a big Weezer fan?
No, but I mean, I think everybody knows a little Weezer, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, you say no, like immediate no.
No,
Not a
I'm not a
fan.
Weezer fan. No.
Why? What's going on with
Who
that?
the fuck is a Weezer fan? Who listens to Weezer and is like, "Oh yeah, have you heard this new shit from Weezer?" Nobody,
Mm-hmm.
dude. Nobody's ever said that. But like, I know a few Weezer songs.
I probably like out of all their albums because they have. I feel like they have 40. I legit like four of them. So I guess you could say I'm a Weezer Light fan based on their album ratio. Because
Yeah.
like how some bands will have like six albums and that's it. I think Weezer has about like 30, and I don't know why that's the case. So based on that, if I like four albums a lot and I can put them in my rotation, that makes me a Light fan.
They do have a lot of albums, actually.
They
What
have.
the hell is this?
I don't know. I don't understand that. It's weird, right?
I don't know who's listening to this.
When I say 40, I'm legit saying 40 albums. There's just a shit ton of albums that they have. And
They have
it's kind
26 from what Google is
26.
saying, like, and that
Yeah.
could be wrong. I don't know. That's a lot though for
That's a
a
lot.
mediocre band like Weezer. They're the most like normal looking dudes. Go look up a picture of Weezer. Everybody who's listening to this right now, Google Weezer and click on images, and they're just like four just dorks. Like these guys, you would never think they're good at anything, and that sounds
Yeah.
mean, but they're just. It's pretty funny actually.
Well, that's what I think. I think the Blue Album, it was made in obviously 94 because it's 30 years from now, from back 30 years anniversary. I think the album was ahead of its time in terms of how it sounded. I think if you anything that you can think of in 1994 did not sound like that, and I think it's great. I think it's from front to back. It's an amazing album. The reason why I bring it up is because I was watching their 30th anniversary on YouTube. They played some songs and they answered some questions. But I went down the YouTube rabbit hole and they were on the Kelly Clarkson show. And if you looked up a picture of the Weezer band, you know what they look like. They interview just like how they look, which was no energy and awkward. And it was Kelly Clarkson. I love her.
Yeah,
I
she's
want to
great.
I want to put it out there right now. I think she's an amazing like her songs are bangers, 110%. Don't care what anyone says. From her American Idol, A Moment Like This that they wrote for her, banger. All her songs she's done, I feel like are great. And then, but as an interview person, as a talk show host, I think she's amazing too because she's so fun and you want to be her friend and she's amazing. And she's interviewing them, and it looks like they just took out 4 pints of blood from each of them, and they said, "All right,
Yeah.
now you're doing the show. Go ahead." And they would just sit there with their hands in their laps, and I'm like, dude, this is the weirdest thing ever because it was Kelly Clarkson, it was two of the guys from Weezer, Rivers Cuomo, the
Who's
lead
that on
singer,
the
and
end?
the other guy, Brooke Shields.
Oh, it's Brooke Shields. I thought
Brooke
it was
Shields.
Caitlyn Jenner for a second. No shade on Brooke Shields. That's my bad.
That's a compliment to Caitlyn Jenner.
Whoops. Actually, if you look them both up, they look kind of similar now. So you know what? Sorry. Anyways, go on.
Well, I'm just saying like that was a kind of an interesting thing to me to see guys with no energy next
Yeah.
to Brooke Shields and Kelly Clarkson who had extreme amounts of energy. Weird dudes, but I'm a fan. I'll say it.
Hey, you know what? I am happy you support Weezer because you know what? Like you said, everybody likes different stuff, and you like some of the oldies. You know, I think Weezer is old school cool at this point. So
Yeah.
You enjoy that, you know. I'll give him a second look because I remember liking some songs from Weezer. I just could not tell you what they're called anymore or what the names are, but I know there's a few in there. So I'm gonna show him some love after this.
I'm gonna address something in the chat, which was uh, I had a hella makeover department, and it don't do or mean shit to him. I'm gonna push back on that statement because um, when we did this whole thing of we were doing the show kind of in the middle of it,
Mm,
which was moving all these things out. At some point when I was sleeping in the room for the first week, it felt like I was in a hotel. And I
yeah.
say that in a good way because I was like, oh wow, the landscape has changed and it felt nice. So it did feel good, but then after a while it's like, all right, I can have everything like this for the next 30 years and it'll be fine. Is where I'm going with that. So I
Dude,
did
you're
feel good
yeah.
about this and it did mean something to me, but I don't think I'd ever need to chase that dragon. It's when you're drunk and you're like 6 beers in and you're like, I'm having the best time of my life, and the only way to keep this going is to take 6 shots.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that for the that's a different thing.
Mm-mm. Hey, well, you know what? I'm glad you took a moment to address that to the people because it sounds like we needed to clarify here.
Yeah,
Um, you're just a simple dude, you know. You keep it chill, man.
I do.
You give the God a moment
Um,
free reign. That's okay.
well, hey, while you were doing things like the show after the Fourth of July show we did, I went to Anime Expo.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Anime Expo is always a good people watching thing. I don't
Mm,
appreciate anime the way other people do. I
yeah.
mean, I will look at it, uh, and I will always ask questions. The most anime I have under my belt that I've watched is probably Pokemon, um,
That's like
Yu-Gi-Oh,
fringe anime. Yeah. Okay.
and at some point when it was the summertime when I was in high school, me and my cousin would take turns sleeping at over at each other's places, and then when he slept over and I slept over, he watched Inuyasha,
Ooh.
and he watched all of it. He watched Trigun, he
Oh
watched
hell yeah, that's a
yeah,
banger.
Lupin, like it was the whole Adult Swim package he'd watch, and
Yeah.
it was every night, and I'd watch it, and I was like, ah, this is cool. This is cool.
Okay.
But going to Anime Expo is a fun thing. I think if you're kind of interested, you should go just for the people watching alone, because when you watch Saved by the Bell or you watch any kind of like TV sitcom or like 90s show,
Yeah, for sure.
and they have their depiction of what a nerd is,
Yes.
extreme, like high-waisted, socially awkward, and you're thinking, wow, this is just a TV version of a nerd, and
This is a
that's just what
caricature. This person doesn't
it's character.
exist. Yeah.
Um, Imagine
Actually,
that kind of dialed up like that,
yeah.
but not wearing this cool, bright color clothes. It's just
Yeah.
you're that nerdy, but you're wearing muted colors like you'd be a school shooter,
Yeah.
and you're just it's just you're a nerd,
And there's 5,000 of them.
and there's 5,000 of them, and some of them smell, dude.
Yeah.
It always makes me laugh because I mean, any kind of con will get this, even at wrestling shows where you go on Reddit and there's always that one PSA of, for the love of God, please put deodorant on. That's
Yeah.
always kind of a thing on the Reddit subreddits. But like these people just don't adhere to some of it. And one of my favorite things was it really threw me off for a second. There's a couple of things I really took away from this. But have you ever been to the LA Convention Center?
Mm-hmm.
It's huge.
Yeah.
A lot of bathrooms, a lot of places,
A lot of
and
airflow.
yeah. We pulled over to one bathroom. I said, I gotta take a piss, dude. Just gotta take a piss. It was the most convenient one, is right there, and there was a line for the dudes, and you're like
Ridiculous.
thinking, what the hell is going on? And then at some point, we're waiting for about 12 minutes. Like it felt like 12, probably six.
Mm.
This is great exaggeration, right? Well, 6 more minutes, but it felt like forever because I had to take a piss.
Yeah.
And then I did the math and I said, you know what? I was talking to Tony and I said, let me go up there and then just see if there's a line for the urinals too, because it's not moving. It doesn't make any sense. Lo and behold, no line for the urinals. Everyone's waiting to take a shit.
Really?
And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there was one guy who was probably seventh in line, leaned up on the wall, holding his stomach, putting his head on the wall on the cool tile to keep himself cool.
No.
I was like, this guy's done, dude. He's cooked.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is not having a good time right now. Whatever he ate is not settling with him, and
He's not gonna make it, dude.
he was about he might as well just pull his pants down, lay on his side, and give birth like a Native American woman back in the set, like just like lay down and just go, because that's what was gonna happen, dude. He was there, and I felt bad. It made me laugh walking out, and then after I pissed, I did the brave thing. I said no lines for the urinals, which I don't know why people weren't saying that to begin with.
Yeah.
There at some point we have to play telephone here. Okay?
When you walk out and you see no line, it's up to you to say something.
It's up for you to say something, but it's also up to the people who are staring at the free urinals because they need to take a shit.
Yeah.
Which is, oh my God, we haven't moved for a while, and no one is using the urinals.
Right.
Nobody's using. That makes me think, hey, people are waiting in line. Pass it down. No line for the urinal. Pass it down.
Hey, bro, the urinals are open. That's it. Easy.
Look out for your fucking fellow nerds and weebs, dude, because we're standing there like a fucking idiot. And then the other thing I wanted to mention was, aside from the smells and the guy almost shitting himself, we went into Artist Row or Artist Gallery, and it felt like you were just in the middle of Japan with how everything was lined up. And I support small businesses. I love it. It's cool. But then we got to the point where we go all the way to the end, and then we see the 18 and over only, and you have to show your ID. Yeah.
All right. Now we're
And that's when I said, okay, this is why I'm here, dude. I'm here for the hentai.
Yeah.
Let's go. Put me in, coach. Ripped off my windbreakers. You see me in my Inuyasha onesies. Because Kagome's kind of a baddie and can get it. Kagome could get it. Okay, that's good.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Anime people, you'll respect that. But then when we walked through the 18, like, it was pretty lewd, right? It's like you see anime chicks with big tits and like no blurring of the tits and everything.
Proportions, yeah.
But then the problem is, at some point you're walking through every booth and everything looks the same.
Yeah.
There's no variation. The only thing different was they had one like import model taking a picture with people. Like, people were paying to take a picture with her.
An 18 plus picture or just a picture?
Well, she was kind of wearing something slutty.
Okay.
But like, look,
whatever. I don't care.
If you're gonna bring an import model, she's got to look something like the hentai chicks, right?
Yeah, she should relate to the subject matter somehow, I think.
Not stacked like that at all whatsoever. It was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
And I said, what's the point of this, dude? Like, why
put her in
do
some
this?
cosplay or something, that seems easy.
I don't know.
That's right there, Just have like some random attractive person there taking pictures who's not even Asian looking or wearing a weird costume or something. What's up, dude?
It's an Asian chick who was kind of like good looking, and you're like, she could be standing next to a fucking rice rocket, like those fucking like
could be anything.
Evos.
It could be anywhere. Yeah.
Didn't have to be here, and I was like, whatever.
Did you get like any cool stickers or anything? That's what I like to get at those conventions, just cool stickers.
No, not really.
I'm too cheap to buy like real memorabilia, so I just buy stickers.
I have a tote bag from Anime Expo itself, and that's kind of it. Again, I'm not there for anything because I don't know anything about anime. Did I watch Dragon Ball Z? I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z because at some point,
get the fuck out of here.
Oh, okay,
That's
Mr.
crazy.
Anti-Weezer, but you watch Dragon Ball Z?
Oh my god.
No, dude.
Dragon Ball Z is better than you name it. Saved by the Bell, easy.
All right, dude. I get that, Goku had the Kamehameha, but Zach Morris could call timeout and freeze everything. And he didn't.
I've seen that
and he
movie.
didn't. And he didn't sexually take advantage of people.
That is a big one. Yeah, that's true.
He didn't say timeout and slipped a digit in Kelly Kapowski. He didn't do that because he's a man of culture.
He's a nerd.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Oh, there was a hentai video game. That's right.
There's a lot of those. I had to filter those out on Steam, believe it or not, because there's so many. I'm just like, what? Who is this for? You know?
Yeah.
Somebody, they're out there. These people, they like that kind of stuff. So, so you didn't get any merch, or you got a tote bag. That's it.
Yeah, we were walking around, and again, I was looking around, and I don't like anime like that. And
What about like a concert? Do you get merch? Are you a merch
if
guy?
if the shirt is cool, I'll
Yeah.
get it. Like, because I don't want to just get merch to get it. And the Guatemalan will get pissed about this because at Disneyland, like, here's an example. She says, "Oh, you don't like to get any of the Disney shirts." I'm like, I'm not really a merch. I'm here for the experience.
Yeah.
And that parlays from Disneyland to concerts to WWE, to wrestling events, to like all these different things. It's really rare for me to walk out with some type of like merch,
Yeah.
unless I'm buying it as a gift or there's something that really stands out to me. Because more times than not, even though I'm at the event, I could probably get this online.
Yeah.
Um, and and if it's some concert exclusive, here's the thing: I don't go to many concerts, and I was really close to buying something for the Lupe Fiasco thing, and that was it. I was close to pulling the trigger.
I never want to buy merch because I don't like waiting in that long line and carrying the thing around the whole time, right? Or you try to get it at the end, but all the good sizes are gone and the line is insane. So it's like, but I bought merch at this last concert I went to because my buddy really wanted one. He was looking, and the shirt was pretty cool. And again, I think this guy is going to pass away before we get another chance to see him live. So this is the last chance to get that shirt, concert exclusive. $50 for a t-shirt though, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fucked, man.
And
It was a really nice t-shirt though. I will give
Yeah.
them that. It was a good quality t-shirt. But it's like I was like, "Oh, how much is it?" And I was expecting it to be 40, and I thought that was a lot, and he said $50, and I kind of like winced. And he's like, "I know, I'm sorry." And I'm like, "You're not sorry. Here's my card. Like, what am I going to do? Not get the shirt now over $10? I've been waiting for 15 minutes."
You totally reminded me, dude. And this is gonna come across as like super mean spirited, but like, and this is all coming from love. But
Oh.
I went to the Mariah Carey. I just, all I want for Christmas is you.
Yeah.
And I went with the Guatemalan, right?
Okay.
She said, "Oh my God, I want this shirt." I got her a shirt. I think I might have gotten her two. I've yet to see her wear it.
You better find that freaking t-shirt, dude.
I'm gonna wear it.
Yeah. Or find it and lay it out on the bed like, "Oh, I have your outfit for tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
let
did
me,
this
let me,
for you." Because this is an expensive shirt.
Yeah, I did. I know, and it's like,
Or
wear
that should
it.
be better shrink wrapped somewhere waiting to be resold
Because
to, you know.
it's expensive. You pay the up. They're banking on your "I'm here" moment.
It's like the
and
FOMO alert. Yeah.
yeah, and you're like, "Oh my God, this shirt, it says LA on it. Mariah Carey's here in LA." She probably lives in LA. Not a fucking big deal, but you're in the moment and you're just like, "She's here for me."
Yeah.
And I need to get this merch.
This is
And
an exclusive t-shirt.
probably same thing for your dude that you watch. He probably lives in Westlake Village.
Maybe. Huh?
But he's playing at the mine and he had to be there. It's $50 for a t-shirt and he might die.
Sold out show, only 2
Yeah.
dates, dude. He's gonna
Oh,
die.
dude. Speaking of deaths, Richard Simmons is dead.
Everybody is dying this week.
Richard Simmons, who's another one that you know?
The one,
already-
the one from The Shining.
Oh, so we've completed the threes. That's right. I forgot about her because there's a third.
Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, Shelley Duvall and Shannon Dorothy.
Who's that one again?
She was in 90210 and Charmed.
Mm-hmm.
She was in she was big in the 90s, and then she passed away from cancer. Totally fucked up, man. Like, she had cancer, and then I think she just finalized her divorce right before she died.
Damn.
I know.
Well, hey. I'm
That's-
trying to find the other one. There was one other person that I can't think of. Some football player or something passed away.
Really?
Not as popular, but yeah, he was like 40. It's like people were just dropping this week.
Richard Simmons was a big one for me
Yeah.
because I don't know if you were aware of Richard Simmons. Like, my whole life, he was a part of it to some degree. And growing up, he had a show in the 80s, but I remember him watching TV in the 90s and all this stuff. And he was a big part of it. And I thought it was the weirdest thing that he just disappeared. Like, he just kind of went off the face of the earth.
You mean like this week when he died, or like a while ago,
No,
like he
like-
left public eye? Oh, okay.
Like, he left the public eye. He just
Yeah.
completely became a recluse and shut in. And
Yeah.
there was a documentary of it, which I was pissed off watching because it was like a TMZ one. So all they did was kept replaying the same things. And I was like, okay, so is there a reason to why? And they're like, well, there you go. He just wanted to be inside. But it was a weird thing. And now he's dead. And now we're living in a world without the founder of Slimmins. And it's kind of a weird thing. Sweating to the oldies.
Where do we go from here?
I don't know. Shannon Dorothy in the 90s was like she was a hot one, dude. And now she's dead. And I'm like, this is a weird world we live in. Kobe Bryant's dad passed away, 69.
Some near-death experiences this week as well. Not to get into it all, but close one. That would have been quite a deal. Yeah, the Don.
Donald Trump.
The Don. Missed it by a second. Sorry, I'm doing a small light adjustment. Can you just turn that one this way so it's more like this?
Oh, he has the help do it for
Without
him,
it
guys.
blasting
Look
you
at
in the
look
face,
at
though.
him. He has assistants.
Turn the cover so it's not in my face directly. Yes. Thank you. Perfection. I was getting a little dim. And I was trying to do it on the low, like text messaging while I'm having a conversation, but it just didn't work. Anywho, man, what a calamity that would have caused. You know, I'm actually glad, because political violence is not a good thing, but I'm glad he didn't die, because I think it would have fucking blew everything up, dude. You know, but what a week.
Yeah, I mean, there is something. No matter how you feel about like one side or the other, like I feel like, at the risk of sounding like, oh, America's the best, it makes us feel like another country.
Feels like a worse place. Yeah.
Where your political people die in the middle of a race, and it doesn't set a good precedent, because nothing good will follow that. Within one party or the other, if something happens, dude, it's not a good thing. It's gonna be something, and I know what I'm gonna do, which is I'm not gonna protest either way, and I'm gonna be just sitting inside. I'm like, dude, I'm scared.
But I don't want to start a fight with Republicans, because they all have guns, dude. So, I think the liberal versus Republican war is not. I don't want to go there. I don't want to get there.
I mean, it works out in your favor because they're using it on each other.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Fair enough.
As long as you're not in the same, is it Uvalde? We're good.
Yeah,
Because the cops are gonna
they don't
protect
do
you in
shit over
Uvalde.
there.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
They're on lunch.
we'll wait and we'll do it. It's a weird thing to see that happen. And I remember hearing it through a text message, and I was like, I'll get to it later, because I'm doing something at this moment, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some weird news. And then it was actually that.
Yeah.
And I said, because I'm still reeling from the Richard Simmons thing. I was like, I'm not ready for any more deaths right now at this moment. Richard
Please
Simmons
no.
really hurt.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I don't have a strong feelings for Richard Simmons, but I feel for you. I'm here with you, and I'm sorry. I don't really know him from anything besides just dancing on TV, like dance exercise, right? I know that's not.
Who is your gay icon? Because mine was Richard Simmons.
Gay icon. I don't know that I have a gay icon.
Ah, shame,
As a kid?
dude. Shame,
know,
dude.
geez, that's
In
not woke
general,
of me.
I grew up watching TV. I was raised by TV, so I see. Richard Simmons was a part of it. So he was by default my gay icon, and I said, I like this guy. He's a lot of fun, and he has funny hair, and he wants to help fat people lose weight. That's kind of nice. So that was my.
That's cool.
I think that's the reason. I think that's the reason why he just had to go hide, because every time he would talk to somebody, they would cry about how fat they were or how fat they were, and how they want to lose weight, and he would stop and talk to everybody. And I think eventually, at some point, you break as a person.
It takes a toll on you, I think.
It
Yeah.
takes a toll, dude. I mean, think about when someone tells you how bad of a day you had. You're like, oh, that's wild. Imagine.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, imagine that beating you over the head on every interaction. Eventually, your mind just becomes mush. That's why therapists have to go
Yeah.
see therapists, like by to
They
keep their
need breaks.
license.
Yeah. Because otherwise it gets tough. So I was just thinking, I
Mm.
wonder if all these like self-help people are just, they can't go outside because everybody's constantly asking them for free help, you
Yeah.
know? Um, I can't think of their name, but like Tony Robinson, like
Yeah.
these types of folks. That's
Wait, so no
interesting.
gay icon for you, huh?
I don't know, like Prince, Elton John or something, Freddie Mercury. Those are gay people I like.
Yeah, but you're not even sure.
Nah,
You're naming gay people.
I'm just rattling off gay people I can think of. Yeah. I don't know. Stanley Tucci gay. I like him. He's cool.
All right, you got to do some homework. You have to have a gay icon. That's someone you like. I look up to.
All right,
That's your
I'll find
homework,
somebody.
dude.
Oh, John Lovett. How about that? He does a podcast that I like. He's funny.
He's
Also
gay.
gay. He's gay.
I didn't know that.
Not John Lovett, not the producer Marvel guy though. It's like a different guy.
Wait, are you thinking John Favreau?
No, no. John Favreau works with John Lovett. John Lovett is gay.
With John Lovett is the guy that was on SNL.
No, no. That's a famous John Lovett. This is some other John Lovett, but he's gay. 100%.
Okay.
I'll
So
check. I'll send you a link or something. You check it out another day.
Okay.
Anywho,
Cool.
you
Fair
know what
enough.
I did this week?
What?
Okay, so I went. You ever heard of the Lemley theaters?
Yes.
So those are like smaller theaters that do like more like indie movies and like different like weird limited release stuff, right? So I saw a while ago, I got an ad that this movie called Seven Samurai was playing in July, and I told my buddies, and we're like, okay, we're gonna go. So this is a movie they're only playing at the Lemley Theater.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, fine. And we go, and it looked like shit from the outside, which is already a terrible sign. The theater, so janky. It looked terrible. I was like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. Because the thing is, this movie is like 3 hours and 45 minutes long. It's in black and white, and it's subtitled. So it's like everything was stacked up against us when we got to that shitty theater. And then we got inside, and it was actually so nice, and I had a really good time. But I'll tell you what, this movie, you know, it's like a inspiration for a bunch of stuff, and it helped, you know, Westerns form as a genre or whatever. All these things. Has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. The best part of this movie, it had an intermission, dude. Have you ever been to a movie with an intermission?
Not a movie, no.
Dude,
No.
this was so cool, man. I was like, and it's funny because I was like, man, I got a large water, and I was just sipping, trying to be under control. And eventually I'm like, fuck. I saw the movie was starting to like build up to like an important moment. So I'm like, I'm just going to go to the bathroom now. And as soon as I got back from the bathroom, it changes to like a screen with some Japanese text on it. And then everybody just got up and the lights came up and everybody went outside to like use the bathroom. And I'm like, ugh, I should have waited. I just wasn't expecting it, you know?
It's a 3-hour movie.
It's like 3 hours plus. It was like 3 hours
Yeah.
and 40 minutes. I don't know. I don't know the last time. I've seen 3 hour movies that didn't have intermissions.
Yeah, I know, but like, I mean, it's an old movie. It came out in 1954.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that was by design something where they would put that in for you.
It was amazing. My mood was so good. We went out, we went to the bathroom, you know, we stretched our legs a little bit. I'm like, why doesn't every movie do this? Like, I wish every movie did this because people went out and bought more snacks. Everybody used the bathroom, and then we were back at it, and everyone was in a good mood. It was like, it was so cool. I think we should go back to having intermissions, is what I'm saying.
I remember, well, old samurai movies are really interesting. Like, this is when I say when people tell you they love classic movies, they're fucking liars.
Yeah.
Because their classic movie is Pretty Woman, which by the
Right.
way is a classic, but that's as far as it goes in terms of like the classic movies.
Yeah.
Like, when people tell me I can't watch this movie because it's in black and white, I'm like, are you stupid? When that's my first thing when I hear that, I'm like, how stupid are you? Like, it's black and white. Watch the movie, figure it out. I was taking I forgot what's it called. Like, I was watching like cinema movies. It was like a college course, and for one semester was like kind of like on an international level, like movies. And I think it was Yojimbo that we watched. It was
Good
a
one.
samurai movie. It's an old one, and I always remember. And I can't remember if it was Yojimbo, it was but like at some point. It was a badass movie. It was straight up from Japan. It was 1940. You know what? That's anime. That was my anime. Yojimbo. And
Good stuff.
there was this one scene where a guy stabs him and it comes out of nowhere, and the guy's like doing the fucking karate yell, like wah wah.
It's pretty sick, dude.
And I remember hearing some dumb chick in the classroom. It was actually a movie, like it was a theater, but it was in class. And then just out of nowhere, she just goes, "I don't get it," like super loud. And I'm like, dude,
Get
instant
her
F for
the
you.
fuck out of here.
Get her fuck out of here, dude. You're
Are
dumb.
you kidding me?
But it was a good movie. That was my takeaway from that movie every time is some chick yelling, "I don't get it."
You'll never forget her.
I'll never forget her, dude. She will always be
That's
a part of
funny.
my movie watching history.
I want to go
Well,
back
but-
to that theater again because they had, they just play old stuff. It's pretty fun. I'm gonna do it. It's 10 minutes from my house, so I'm like, I'm in, dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe I'll go watch Yojimbo.
yeah. Is it just a random thing of movies they'll put up there?
I don't know. I think for like older movies, it's like they do limited releases. They'll do them for like a week or two and then get out. I went and I saw the stuff they have coming up this month, and I don't recognize any of these movies. So they're like newer things. They're like Sundance films and like I don't know, lesser known ones. But I'll keep an eye out. You never know. I'm down to check it.
Well, I'm glad you saw it.
Yeah,
That's,
it was
it's a big
fun. We got some noodles beforehand. We watched it, and it's because it was so long. When we got back to my apartment, we didn't even like hang out after. It was just like, okay, just leave me at my car. I need to go. We've been together for like 6 hours.
We got to
watching
take a
this
piss
movie.
during the movie. How much 7-Up did you drink?
Oh, no 7-Up, dude. Just water for me. But that reminds me of something.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Sierra Mist?
I have. Yeah.
Do you ever drink Sierra Mist?
I will begrudgingly accept Sierra Mist. I will
think-
take it, but I won't love it.
Okay. Sierra Mist is worse than Sprite. I think we can all agree on that.
Well, Sprite and 7-Up are neck and neck.
Okay.
I think Sierra Mist is failed to qualify for the qualifiers.
Okay, that's fine. Because, I put Sierra Mist lowest on the totem pole. And this is all because the reason that I'm thinking of this is because we were waiting in line. After we saw that dude kick the roach at that girl, we started talking about soda. And I like to rank things. I love ranking things and just saying things are better than other things. And I was talking a lot of shit about Sierra Mist. And then my buddy says, do you know that Sierra Mist, they're so dumb that they did not renew their, like, what is it called? Like copyright on Sierra Mist. And apparently some rapper lady named Sierra Mist bought the copyrights to Sierra Mist. And so Pepsi had to rebrand the soda. And now it's called Starry. Have you heard of this?
I didn't know the reason for having to go to Starry, but they let the
Are they fucking serious with this? I can't believe it.
they let the trademark lapse.
They dropped a freaking ball. Somebody got fired. It's like, how many millions of like dollars did this cost? I don't even know. But it's like they picked the name Starry. And it's funny because I've seen Starry at places, but I just assume it's like some shitty like sugar-free soda or something. So I'm just never drink it because I didn't know it used to be Sierra Mist. I might have even given it a shot.
Yeah. This will be my annual rant of when I go to a restaurant and I ask for Coke. This is not an acceptable response from any professional server or garçon or waiter or whatever you prefer. This is not the response. Is Pepsi okay?
Right.
If Pepsi was okay, I would have said I would like a Pepsi. But granted, if I said that, I would have probably been concussed.
Something's wrong with you. You've been replaced.
Or that's a hidden phrase for the person here is human trafficking me and stopped for lunch. That is me asking for Pepsi because I am not asking for Pepsi in any normal circumstances.
Right. Agreed. 100%.
I will accept that it's there, and I will happily choose something else. The only time Pepsi gets a pass from me when it's wild cherry Pepsi.
Yeah, that's fine. When people ask me, is Pepsi okay? I just say, no. Actually, no.
No.
And they're always
And
like,
then
oh, okay.
I do the same 10-minute rant for the server too. I'm like, actually, it is not okay, dear sir. I don't want that shit, dude.
Yeah.
If I wanted Pepsi, I would have asked for it.
Pepsi's
and
for children.
And when people tell me they like Pepsi more, I'm like, I like look them up and down, like see if they have like an extra finger or something, because something is up, dude.
Something ain't right with that one.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, Wild Cherry Pepsi should be their flagship.
It's
It
the
should
only
be.
thing that's drinkable.
It's the only thing that like, really randomly, like the only time I'll get Pepsi is if if I say I'll get a root beer or a Starry and then it's watered down and I don't want the raspberry iced tea because it's like the fucking super sweet one.
Yeah.
So then I'll pivot to Pepsi.
I do the do. If I'm at a place that only has Pepsi, I do the do because I don't know. There's nothing left for me. You've left me no options. You
I
know.
used to love Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it
I
feels a little
used to
trashy, but it's good.
it. My God, dude! You know how in it was Silicon Valley when you have a big head, always drinking like a double gulp.
Yeah.
I would fucking pound those things like Big Head with Mountain Dew. It was a non-negotiable. I
Get
could do
fucking
that
cranked.
in my
Yeah.
sleep, dude, because I loved Mountain Dew. And then I loved it even more because they said it killed your sperm.
Hell yeah,
You
dude.
remember?
Free birth control.
Did you know that's that sexual urban legend?
I'd not heard that.
The urban legend was in the streets was Mountain Dew killed your sperm, and I was like, dude, you're extreme and you kill sperm. I'm in, bro.
Yeah, is that like
I'm in.
some campaign from big moms to stop their sons from, drinking Mountain Dew? Because if anything, that sounds like a perk.
Yeah,
know?
it was.
Trying to
I,
have no
I,
kids.
I thought that was good. I feel like Dr. Pepper is the nexus of the soda universe.
What is it? It's a
32
mystery.
It's 32, but it's a mystery, but it's even more of a mystery because you'll see it in places where they serve Coke. You'll see it in places where they serve Pepsi.
Yeah. The same thing
It's
with 7 Up. It surpasses their rules, I think. Cuz 7 Up is on the same mystery platform that Dr Pepper is. I
it's
think.
it's that weird random character in a movie that will kind of show up in different universes. It's the
Yeah.
nexus, and it exists in both places, and we all just accept it for what it is. If we saw Batman show up in Marvel, we would have a fucking a seizure. And like, we're like, what is
Right.
going on here? This is crazy. But Dr. Pepper shows up, and we've learned to accept it. Dr. Pepper, I think, because I love me a good DP, is actually one of the better sodas out there.
It is. It is. And Dr Pepper, everybody accepts it cuz Dr Pepper's cool, He's the doc.
He's
I did realize when I did all this soda investigation about Starry though, that Dr Pepper is distributed by Pepsi, which does knock it down a half a peg. But it's Dr Pepper, so it's cool. I give it a pass because it's
But
cool.
that's if Pepsi this is stupid because they're putting out better product than Pepsi itself.
Yeah.
I would actually throw Dr. Pepper neck and neck with Coke. I would put it up there in terms of taste. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it's necessarily better,
Okay.
but it's more of a comparable argument. It's like when they say like if you're comparing Jordan and LeBron, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, you know what? Let's throw in a John Stockton in there, and it's like, you can't bring that into the conversation. I will totally humor the Coke versus Dr. Pepper or Coke versus a Wild Cherry Pepsi. You bring Pepsi into the mix, and you're like, it's like bringing like
Bronny
again-
James into the mix.
You mean hold it, Bronny James? You mean Call of Duty tournament winner,
Dude,
Bronny James?
he's the champ, bro. He's the best.
I
Just not at shooting hoops,
yeah. I love that because I'm a huge Bron sexual and I'm stoked for LeBron signing that deal, and I was happy to see how like him get Bronny by his side. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like you get
Sure.
like, this is kind of monumental. Things are not looking good in the summer league for him.
No, they're not. I don't even watch basketball, but I've been looking at these stat lines just for fun. It's tough.
But it's if I'm him, I'm staying away from the Call of Duty tournament.
I mean,
If I-
it was
if
the
I'm-
one thing he could excel at. He's trying to get his. Apparently, you get a lot of street cred among the basketball players by winning this tournament. But I mean, it's not as good as being good at basketball.
Yeah. Let's talk about sports for a second because I got pissed off thinking about this, and I hope dumb sports fans are like watch this or are watching now. I will never understand players taking a pay cut for their team.
I know
I
you have
never
feelings
understood.
about this. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, are you okay with the idea of them taking a pay cut?
I think like you're saying like it's like foul play, right? Because if they take a pay cut, they can like sign better people. Because I think if he has all the money in the world and he doesn't want to like take as much pay as he can so that the team can be better, I'm like, okay, that seems fine. But I just don't think that any of them actually do that. Nobody's willing to do that except for Tom Brady.
And I thought that was stupid too.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson signed an extension with the New York Knicks. He signed a $113 million contract. He actually could have netted an extra 100 million, but he took a 100 million pay cut, which
That's a lot.
you almost took. And if it's not 50%, which 50% is almost half, you took a little bit like less of a pay cut, which is like maybe 40%. And people will always do this, and people will say, you know, they love the game and they should do it because they play for the Knicks or they play for the Cowboys and they play for. It's
Nah.
like, why are you giving billionaires discounts? As a professional athlete, your window is not very big.
Yeah.
You're not going to work in the post office for 70 years like Mildred and get a pension. You have about 12 years maximum of great earnings. And when you lose $100 million, I didn't like when Tom Brady took a pay cut. I didn't like that because what was going on was like, see, Tom Brady took a pay cut, but then at what point did you ever see the Patriots sign someone for good money?
Yeah, that's the question. Where did the money go? Because I think if
Where
the
did
player was like, "Hey, I'll take $100 million cut, but you got to go sign Kevin Durant right now or whoever," I don't know. Then it's fine. But if they just get you some scrubs, you know, they don't have anybody good. It's like, well, what the fuck are we doing here?
The person that the best free agent they signed, the Patriots, I don't know if I got this right, is Randy Moss.
And I think he was like pretty old at that time. He still
And
was good, but it's like, yeah,
but you didn't pay him Randy Moss money when he was in his prime. You didn't
no.
pay him like Sanders. You paid him below, like their worth or a little bit less. So like, why are you giving these people a pay cut, a discount? I never understood that. And then fuck the fans. Will always say like, oh, but like, you know, it's for the Lakers. I'm like, these people aren't from the city. It's like when getting
Yeah,
all pissed off at the Dodgers versus the Giants. You're like, fuck the Giants. I'm like, everyone on that field is from Puerto Rico.
they're all from somewhere. Yeah,
They're from Puerto Rico. They're from Cuba. They're from Japan. And maybe the closest guy that's on that field is from fucking Alabama. And you're riding or dying for the team, which is comprised of people who are not from the LA area.
and if they get a better contract, they would leave right away too. They're not. They don't even care.
And when fans are like, oh, like, you know, you have to take a pay cut. You're paying for the biggest team. No, don't. LeBron took a pay cut. You know how much of a pay cut he took? $1 million pay cut. That's fine with me.
Yeah, that seems more reasonable. Is that what they signed Brownie for? Was that the million off?
No, they're gonna just sign him for something else, I guess.
Wow.
But I when people tell me that, it's like, oh, but the rich keep getting richer. No, the rich are the people who are paying these athletes, and they're getting the price break.
Dude, you're all about knowing your worth. I like that.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm gonna get you a little wooden sign or something that you can hang at your desk. You know.
No, going back to it, I will be so proud. I will hang it up if you get me the neon "Know Your Worth" sign, like "Live, Laugh, Love."
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's like your anthem, bro.
Honestly, it's the only thing I should do.
And then if everybody they start trying to take you into some interview or whatever, you know, management's doing pay cuts, you just take that little sign with you, dude. Oh wait, one sec, I just gotta hook this up before we start our meeting. Have it in the back to set the
Yeah,
tone.
know your worth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here is speaking of knowing your worth, and there's an update to the story, but the initial headline was Mortal Kombat 1 tournament winner ends up losing money after breaking $3,000 lighting. But the update here is Jabali has revealed that the light fixture was broken and didn't need a full replacement and only cost $365. But what happened was Mortal Kombat Pro has actually managed to lose money after winning a tournament due to throwing a chair at a $3,000 lighting fixture while celebrating. So, dude wins the tournament is scheduled to win $3,000, and he whips his chair in celebration,
Oh, he
and
did.
yeah,
I'm looking at it now. What
he
an
breaks it.
idiot.
I the, I understand, like there's something that you have to when you're good at what you do, you kind of have to dial it back a little bit and like act like you've been here before.
Yeah.
You can't throw a chair like this idiot and like after winning a tournament and then all of a sudden you end up, well, thankfully he didn't lose all $3,000 and he only had to cut into some of it, but he won a Mortal Kombat tournament and
That's how you never get
lost some
invited back, dude. First and last Mortal Kombat tournament he's ever going to win. He's playing on a controller. What's he so excited about throwing chairs? Calm your ass down, dude.
well, also, would you feel comfortable with full service gas pumps?
You mean like they do it for you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to get used to it. I would definitely be watching him. Like, did he press the right number and backseat driving a little bit?
I think Portland is the only place where they have gas attendants like get you gas. Like
Why?
you're not allowed to get your gas.
What?
I
I
think
don't understand why though.
it was to protect jobs.
Oh,
So
well,
whoever did the union, like I mean, they're still thriving in Portland apparently. It's like back in the day there used to be elevator operators.
that's so dumb. That's like those dudes they have in the bathroom that sell you cigarettes and gum. It's like, or at least if they sell you something, it's okay. But when they just hand you
Yeah.
like a paper towel and ask you for a tip, I'm like, I don't know why do you exist?
It's always at a club or a strip club where there's someone sitting in there to like it's like I
I think it's also to prevent riffraff is what I'm starting to think is like it stops you from like doing coke in the bathroom or like having sex in there and stuff. Not that I would do that, but I think that's what it is. Because like why the hell else do they need someone there handing you a towel? It just seems weird.
That's actually a very logical thought that I am not subscribed to because we're not here for logical thoughts. But yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. You're paying someone to make sure that no one's doing Fetty Wap in the fucking bathroom.
It's fucked up to have someone have to be in the bathroom the whole time though, because it smells like crap in there. You know, that's like a tough job, I think.
But then you can tell that there is this is when I feel guilty about not tipping, is when you know that this is the LeBron James of bathroom attendant.
When they're like really good, yeah.
When they're really good and they're not just sitting there, they're kind of walking back and forward, and like what they're doing is they're able to project when you're done washing your hands.
Yeah,
So,
they're
like,
feeling it out.
They take into consideration if you're washing with soap and lathering. They're taking consideration if you're just doing the whore bath of a hand wash, which is put it under the water and rub. Because by the time, even before you touch the faucet, that paper towel's over your shoulder in your hand. You're like, oh, it's here.
Yeah.
Those
And they'll
guys
like
are
check
good.
you. They'll fix your collar. You know, they're like looking out. I feel like it's like your grandpa is like fixing you up before you head off. You know, those guys are
Yeah.
classy, but it's just you don't find that anymore. And I don't carry cash, so it's like I feel bad for this old homie, but I don't have anything for you. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I guess you gotta have a Venmo at this point.
Yeah, people do that now. People do that. It's acceptable. But it's like, oh my, get my phone. Like I saw him at the Mayan. They had one of these guys, and I actually went and I grabbed my own paper towel, like very like forcefully walked to the paper towel machine and got my own because I didn't want to have to deal with this guy. I felt bad.
Yeah, he was just looking. He was like, "What did I do?"
He's shaking his head like I tried so hard. I got this towel out for you and everything.
Yeah, he had to listen to that. He cried during that 70-year-old geezer's jazz set, dude.
I was expecting there to be like old people there, a bunch of like old nerds, jazz nerds. It was like a very young crowd. I was like on the older end of this crowd, and I was very surprised.
Ah, so young people are liking that shit now, huh?
I guess. Bunch of posers, dude. I was here first.
So you were the oldest person in the room. That's awesome. I remember when me and Javi were just like bar hopping in downtown, and we ended up in this club where I guess it was like this really huge bar. It was literally like 2 stories. It was a massive place. Everywhere we walked, we were the oldest guys there.
That suck.
It was weird, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, like you're seeing all these college kids come out who are like 22 and 23 partying. It's all these hot chicks and young dudes, and you're walking around and you're like, I am older than everybody here.
I look like shit. That's what I always think. God, I look so old compared to these people. Damn it.
I'm like, well, I was like, do you guys want to talk about doing the Dougie or something? I don't know. Like, what's
Yeah.
cool, guys?
No
Alright.
cap, dude. Hit me with something.
Yeah, I'm on my skibidi riz or something.
Sometimes you just got to take that shot. Every once in a while, they'll laugh and be like, oh, this guy's cool. But if they sniff you out, you're dead. You got to go to somewhere else, dude. You just have to leave.
Yeah, I
Fuck
don't.
them kids.
I don't know, man. What is up with the younger kids going out to places where you should be the youngest person? Technically, by demographic, you should have been the youngest person in that venue.
Yeah. This band is from like the 70s, dude. What are these youngsters doing here? I don't know. I think they're just like sprawling out this
Yeah.
new generation. They don't understand, dude. They're supposed to be, I don't know what, somewhere else.
Where's the hawk? Where's
I
hawk
don't
to a
know.
girl when you need her?
I know. Did you see this girl with the Chinese buffet? You see her?
Yeah.
She's pretty cool too, dude. I don't know who I like more. Haktua, like, I'm already tired of it. I was on that production set last week, and these guys kept making, like, this camera guy who's like 80 years old kept making Haktua jokes. I'm just like, this shit is tired already, man. Like, you're killing me.
And well, I mean, that's when you know it's run its course. When the literal boomer who was holding a boom mic at the age of 80 starts doing hawk tua.
Yeah, I'm like, shut up, dude.
It's a weird phenomenon because like normally we should have just accepted that was her 15 minutes of fame, and now they're giving her a podcast or they're giving her a reality show or something, all based off of like 10 seconds.
Like, is she even actually funny? Like, she seems funny and like fun and easygoing, but I just don't know. I wonder if she's getting imposter syndrome. Like, how am I gonna fill this time? You know?
Everyone is giving her shit because she went to some country artist's concert, and I guess he's a big dude. I don't know who it is, but like they brought her on stage, and people were making fun of her because she couldn't sing along because she didn't know the lyrics.
I mean, that's hard. See, that's the thing. That's the fame I don't want, dude. I don't want to have to know the words of every place I go, every band I go see. Like, she's just there to have fun, you know? She probably
Yeah.
got the tickets for free.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone's calling her poser because she didn't know the lyrics. I'm like, sometimes I don't know the lyrics either, and it's like, but she can't really enjoy. They brought her on stage to sing along, and she's like, I mean, what do you expect from some girl whose joke is spitting on that thing? Like, I don't expect her to memorize all the lyrics. I'm sorry, dude.
She's
It's not
not a
like,
lyrical genius.
yeah, it's not Chumbawamba tub thumping. It was like an actual country song where
Well, she could have just rattled off some country stuff. Dirt road, truck, you know, barbecue.
Well,
You
what
know
you
what they
do
sing
is,
about.
yeah, what you do is you just move your lips. You know what they do? You know what the is when for background artists is what they call them. You know, extras in the back when they're talking, they're not really talking because they just have to mime it for the actors, right?
Yeah.
You say rhubarb.
Rhubarb.
Yeah,
Looks like you're
rhubarb.
talking.
Yeah, so it looks like she should have just said rhubarb up there.
Rhubarb.
Let's do it silently for the podcast.
It looks. It kind of looks like we're talking. Kind of looks like we're just going. Boo, 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 boo. How funny. Rhubarb.
Oh man, I think the best times on the show is when we don't talk.
Yeah, we're just looking into each other's eyes, saying rhubarb.
No, we were each other's gay icon for that for like 5 seconds of saying rhubarb.
Hey,
That's great, dude.
Embrace it.
Yeah, the Hawk Tua girl, dude. I don't know. Like she's who? Wait, there is someone else who's trending now recently, right? Ah, fuck.
There might be another one. I'm full team Chinese buffet girl. That's what I'm on. I may have missed this new thing though.
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
come and go
She's
so fast.
she's cool. Oh no, it was it was that chick who butchered the national anthem.
Oh my god, I wanted to talk to you about that. I forgot.
We got we missed last week.
It was so fucking bad, dude.
I felt bad. It's.
Did you see what happened to her?
Joker. You mean the song itself?
No, like what her like the response to it and like what she's up to now.
Well,
She checked herself into rehab, dude.
I know. That was like it was like the opposite of Amy Winehouse. You know,
Yeah.
Amy Winehouse didn't want to go to rehab. This chick fucking went in there.
It was her only
Well,
recourse, dude. It was the only place she had to go.
it's interesting because I was going through Reddit comments and people like there were people who were like, oh, you know, there's an issue with the auto tune or something or like the feedback loop because it wasn't working. Because the one thing I never really understood and I still kind of don't get, but I'm trying to wrap my head around it is singers wear, you know, they wear the earplug
Mm-hmm.
and or they do the thing that we always make fun of, but we don't know why is when they hold the ear and you're singing.
Yeah.
It's to check the note, like the feedback. And someone said that the feedback loop wasn't working, and the pitch that they put her in wasn't the pitch they practiced in. So it made her sound infinitely worse. But
I don't
it's like,
know.
I mean, we're just taking at face value. Like, oh, like dumb people, like people who are dumb and me will just take it at face value, which is, oh, you sound like shit.
Yeah.
But like, I'm pretty sure there's all these like logical reasons, and on top of that, it's because she was drunk and she was shit faced. It makes me like her more.
She she seems kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's like,
She went up there hammered and just did it anyway. She's like, "Fuck it, man. We're going live. Whatever."
I mean, that's a true testament to someone like Slash from AC/DC, which was he had a bottle of Jack and he gets shit faced. Like, you know, like then there's comedians like Jim Jeffries who gets fucked up on stage all the time. And like these people who get coked out of their minds doing shows and they do it at the top of their craft.
They
And
can still
everyone
do
thinks
it. Yeah.
and everyone thinks, oh, that's so like, you know, it's music. It's like take a look at and that's not Haktua girl. What's her name? It is Ingrid Andress.
Ah, yes.
Ingrid Andress. Look at her. She got fucked up before the MLB All-Star game. And she fucked up. Had to work like, you know, Fergie was clapping.
Apparently, she has like multiple Grammys and stuff though. Like she's like
Yeah.
she's successful. But this is gonna like really. This is all she's known for now. I think. I'm gonna cue this up so I can watch it again later. It's just so
It was
funny.
bad. It
Yeah.
was legit bad. And I mean fuck people. Yeah, like honestly, fuck people. As someone who performs on a very low stakes kind of thing, like how scary is it to do that? And then everyone's like, "Dude, you sound like shit," and it's like, you could never even attempt to do that. You couldn't. So, not like, I mean, we'll make fun of her because he sounded bad, but it's like,
Yeah.
why rip on her that
But
hard?
she also accepted this challenge. You know, that's like you know, telling me, hey, you got to do this hot dog eating contest thing in front of 10,000 people. And I like go on there and I puke my brains out and like pass out on stage or something. People are
Yeah.
going to make fun of me, dude, because I should have trained for this shit and not been drunk beforehand. You know, I kind of
Nah.
think it's on her a little bit.
It is on her, but when she said she was drunk, I was like, you get a pass.
Well,
was
hey,
like-
that was easy.
I was like, that's kind of like, if you're kind of like just dicking around, like you're gonna choke. I'm like, nah, that's not a good story. But you were shit faced at the MLB All Star game. Honestly, how could you not be shit faced? It's the All Star game. No one takes
know.
that thing seriously anymore.
Freaking brutal, dude.
All Star games are stupid. Does baseball still do the thing where winner of the All Star game gets home field advantage?
I don't know, but that seems really stupid if that's how it works. I didn't know that.
I think that was the case for a while, and I think I heard they don't do that anymore. It actually made sense because it put some skin in the game, which is you want to win because what if you end up going to the World Series? You get home field advantage. That was
That's true.
the stakes of doing that.
Some reason to care. Now it's all about injuries and stuff, though, right? They don't want to do these extracurriculars because you could injure yourself and ruin your season, so they
Yeah,
just don't even go.
The All-Star game is supposed to be the Avengers of sports, which is, oh my God, look at like Shohei Ohtani is playing with someone from the other baseball team, and like they don't that's cool, like that, and then you put him, you watch him go at half speed, you're like, what is this? And this is a thing in basketball. This is a thing. I think football is the worst one.
Yeah,
There's
that
the
one really nobody wants to because
The Pro Bowl, like I mean, you're already one step away from like tearing your ACL. We had the guy from the Niners tear his ACL for jumping up and down, getting hyped in the Super Bowl. And then all of a sudden, you're gonna add to the layers to that, which is like some 300-pound, like, you know, linebacker trying to like look good in the Pro Bowl and like snapping your leg. It's like it's not worth it.
Football, I can understand passing because it's like there's a lot of chance of getting injured, but it's like whoever got injured playing baseball, nobody. What do you even do? Like you're just running around in circles, chilling out there waiting to catch the ball. I don't get it. I don't
Yeah.
know. And
It's always good when you
that's just
see
me.
a baseball player like standing in the outfield for about 7 innings, and all of a sudden like it's time to earn his paycheck, and he drops the ball.
It's like, what the fuck have you been doing out there this whole time, dude? You've been
You should
resting.
be, yeah, you better be listening to some Tony Robbins on there and get hyped up to catch the fucking ball, right?
Jeez. Yeah, it's easy to fall asleep out there. That used to be me. I used to play outfield, and I would literally just chew on my glove because I was so freaking bored.
Yeah,
But you know what? I wasn't getting paid the big bucks, so wake up
that's
out there,
life.
guys.
Well, I think that's a good place to end the podcast.
Yeah.
Anyone who's still here will be around for a little bit for Pillow Talk, and that's kind of a thing. And I realize it's YouTube exclusive, kind of, because it gets archived there. So come hang out with us at the after show. But Victor, where can they find us?
You guys, we are To Live and Talk in LA. You can find us live streaming every Wednesday on Twitch and YouTube. But you can also check us out anywhere you get your podcasts. That releases every Friday. Also, give us some love on Instagram and TikTok. We're on there too, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, make us cool like Hawk Tuah Girl in Chinese buffet.
I want to meet Shaq.
Yeah, I do. Let's make it happen, peeps. All right, see you guys next week. Peace.
I hear the train closing it out, dude.
I don't understand, dude. Why is it so loud here? And it's loud here. But that's Pillow Talk, baby. That's what we do here.
That's what it's all about, man. You get the realness.
You don't have a tattoo, do you?
No, I don't.
Do you want one?
I want one, but I don't know what it would be, and nothing is really meaningful enough to me to put it on my body forever. So I don't know that I really want one, but it seems cool.
Okay, then the hypothetical here is, what would your tattoo be if you had to get one right now?
I don't know. Maybe like my cat or something. I don't know.
You get your pussy tattooed on you.
Yeah, dude. I think of like a cool, like not just like a picture of a cat, either like a darky, cartoony sort of like little version of one, or like a real high detail, like really cool looking one with like some other stuff mixed in there, maybe some references to things. But like, I don't really know. I had an idea of her like smashing a snake's head under her paw with like a little knife in her mouth. I thought that would be really sick as like an arm piece, but I never went through with it.
It's like a new "Don't tread on this" flag.
Yeah, like make her look like a little hardcore ass, but modern style.
Oh
Should be
man,
cool.
yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't have a tattoo either. And I was thinking about it this weekend, which is I don't know if I have anything in mind. I actually here's like, if I'm still invested in the story of the video game I finished, I might consider getting it in a year from now, or
Wow.
like something. If it's Zelda, is something from Alan Wake.
You
Alan
really
Wake
like
2?
Alan Wake. Okay.
Dude, I love the
Dude, I didn't
story has
know.
been fucking immaculate. It's deep. It's Alan Woke. There's a black character in it. It's actually pretty cool, man. And the story is great. I would probably get something like that tattooed on me. And again, I'm kind of giving myself the rule of thumb, which is if I want it in a year from now, then that would be the tattoo for me. Because if I were to get a tattoo when I was 18 and 19, I would have gotten my World of Warcraft Warlock character level
Same.
60 tattooed.
Yeah.
What's the cap now for World of Warcraft?
85.
There you go. I would have been fucking looking like an
Well,
idiot,
that's if you're
dude.
playing classic. Excuse me. If you're playing live, I don't know what it is. It's like 90, I think. You should get a name. Names are timeless, dude. It could be like Alan. You know?
Just, now I get Slimmins tattooed on my chest, dude. Like that's my fucking gay king, dude.
Yeah.
Richard Simmons.
There you go. You do a tribute to Richard on there.
No, man, it's funny, man. Me and Javi were hanging out, and on Friday night, and we went to we were in Highland Park drinking, and there was this whole thing of, oh, like we should go to like there was this whole thing. I don't know if you know the story, like if you've heard this, but West Hollywood closes at 4 a.m.
Oh, I did not know that.
Well, the kicker here is not everything closes at 4 a.m. It's two bars that close at 4 a.m.
Oh wow.
But when we were going there, we were already drunk, and I was like, dude, like, my body is trained for last call. Like my body knows when it's 1:30, it's the last
Yeah.
call, trying to close it up. Like, no matter how drunk I am, my body reacts to last call because it's been trained like this for the last 15
2
years.
a.m. is
of
pretty
drinking.
late too. That's not like you're going to bed early,
It is, and everyone's like, "Oh, in New York." I'm like, "Okay, but we're not in New York, and we don't have
Yeah.
great public transportation that runs all night. We have like one bus that will run for the whole county. Like, we're screwed." So we go to West Hollywood, and we're like, "All right, we're here. Let's go to this gay bar, and like we'll get some drinks and dance." We're fucked up, and like when we were leaving, the Uber was $100 to get out. Yeah, I know,
What?
$100, $100.
Going
And I was
where?
like,
To your house?
yeah.
Dude, that's insane.
And so I don't know if you know this, but in West Hollywood, there was a bus stop we went to, and there was a trolley. There's a trolley that runs. Like, this is how you know West Hollywood, the gay people are just better than us. They have better city planning. They have like free transportation. They have a fucking literal trolley. That's the gayest form of transportation you could ever have. And it's free, and it takes you up and down West Hollywood.
Wow.
And so like
At
we
4
were
in the
there.
morning?
It was at 2 in the morning, because yeah, it was 2 in the morning, and we're like, what we had to decide was, because my dude lives in downtown, and we can either take the trolley to La Brea, and we can go ahead and take hopefully a cheaper Uber, or we can take the bus to downtown, and we'll wait for what comes first. And it was the bus from down to downtown. So we got on the bus, and
Fuck
you
no,
don't
dude.
realize how long, even at 3 a.m., how long of a bus drive it is to go from West Hollywood to downtown. We fell asleep on the bus. That was
Where
the
did
most
you end
dangerous
up? Did
thing
they
we could've
wake you
done.
up?
Well, they woke us up because it was the last stop in downtown, which is like in South Park. It was like fucking super sketch.
Wow.
And right when we got out, like some homeless dude was yelling at us immediately. And it's like, hey, like, here we are.
Dude, if I have $100 Uber, I'm calling my girl. I don't care what time it is or where I am. You gotta come get me. I'm not spending $100, babe. Sorry. Put some shoes on.
Yeah, took the bus. Well,
Hell no.
took the bus. You wouldn't take the bus?
I don't take the bus, dude. I'm too good for the bus.
Damn. See, that's the problem. That's why public transportation will never get better here in LA.
Nope.
Because
People
people
like
like
me.
you, you're too good for the bus.
I'm too good for the bus. I don't even care. I'm a star, dude. I can't be
How
on
about the
bus.
train?
The
You go
train
with the
I'm
train?
okay with. I like the train.
The train?
I don't like the train here because there's always some crazy fucker on there like shitting his pants or like doing some weird thing, talking to himself. But I will take the train. I don't do the bus.
You could take a train to downtown from where you are.
Yeah, I know. It's
That's
awesome. Yeah. I haven't done it yet, but I would like to. There's also the Gold Line I think I saw the other day, and I think it goes all the way down. So if I wanted to go to like Highland Park, I think I can take it from here somewhere.
The world's your
It's a
oyster,
long
dude.
ass ride though, I think.
That's
The train ride from here to Highland Park is going to take an hour probably.
Yeah, we can get drunk.
Yeah, as long as I leave early. I just parking in Highland Park is so annoying that it might be worth it. You know,
It is,
get off the
yeah.
train, go to the Gold Line, get some drinks, come right back home.
That would be great.
Where were you guys in Highland Park, by the way? Were you there? Gold Line?
Where were we?
Yeah, where'd you go?
The Gold Line. We ended up at the Gold Line.
Nice.
Did that, man, and it's hard in the paint, I guess.
Yeah, next
I'll
time
tell
you go,
nothing.
let me know 2 hours early, dude, and I can take the train.
And we'll end up in, yeah. Actually, well, West Hollywood's close to Culver City. You would have been all right.
Yeah, it's true. I'm
do that.
realizing now I'm starting to like the area now more because like I'm finding places that I like to eat more and more around here, and that's really what turns the neighborhood into something I like. Is the food. So I went to this place like Sawtell. I realized Sawtell is like 10 minutes from my house, and we went to that movie theater the other day. We went to some noodle place called Mogu Mogu, which I'd never heard of, but there was a line outside. I'm like, okay. But it was only like a 3-party line. I was like, okay. And you get there, and they give you, it's like a ramen, but the noodles are thick and it's dry. So it had like an egg on top, and it had a bunch of ingredients, and you need to like slosh it around for 30 seconds. And it was so fucking good. And you put vinegar all over it, and it was so freaking good. Like, I just want to go back now. And it's like these places are everywhere. So
Have you, and it's pillow talk, whatever. We can kind of keep this super LA centric. Have you been to Bay City Sandwich? Bay Cities?
no, but I've heard of it. It's Santa Monica, right?
Dude, Bay City sucks, dude.
Oh wow, they say it's the best.
It's because people on the west side are fucking dumb.
Wow. Hey, dude, shots fired.
Yeah. Has your girl been to Bay Cities?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
It looks
Well, ask her.
just okay.
Bring her on the show, dude. Ask her now.
Babe. I think she's going to bed right now. Actually, she has to
Going
get
to
up.
bed?
She has to get up at like 5 in the morning. She got up at 4:45 yesterday.
For what?
It's for work. She has to work at 6.
I get up at 5:30 in the morning.
You guys are crazy. You guys can like talk on your way when you're commuting or something. I don't know.
Then yeah, I'll start.
Just don't call me. Whatever you do, I don't care. Just you do whatever.
If I called you, would you pick up?
Fuck no, dude.
Can you hear it?
What, at 4? No.
Your phone.
Mine.
When I say would you pick up, is it when you say no? Is it because you refuse to pick up my phone call at 4 a.m. or is it because you will sleep through it?
Both. My phone has a sleep thing where it doesn't ring at before like 7 or something.
Oh, you put do not disturb on?
Well, I think it's just part of the sleep settings, isn't it? Like it just doesn't ring if you call me prior to like my alarm. I don't know. I think so. But also I just would not pick up. Even if I did wake up, I would look at it and like, nah. And just close that shit. I don't care, dude. I don't talk to people before 9.
Here's a yeah, I didn't bring it up in the pod, so this is why you come here. So the Guatemalan's been at her parents' place. She has COVID now, or she has COVID or had COVID, and like she's been there. And the other night, I went to take out the trash, and I don't know what it was. I closed the door, and it was 11:30 at night. Closed the door, and I locked the door. And
No
I
keys?
left my phone inside because I was just taking out the trash. There's trash downstairs. So the question I have for you, well, because I had to call the Guatemalan, and I hope that she picked the phone while she was sick on that lane to get me back in the apartment. I remember her number, and she wasn't picking up, and I remember Javi's number. Whose phone numbers do you remember?
My parents.
You remember their phone numbers.
That's it.
So you live with your girl. If I took your phone away and you needed to call her, you couldn't call her.
I'm Instagramming, DMing her somehow, or I don't know what. Her
That's kind
number
of
is
like-
weird. Her number is a 630 number. It's totally
Yeah.
out of here. You know?
I don't know why, but I'm telling you this, and you're putting up resistance to learning the number. It's weird. Like people
will not.
don't want to memorize numbers. I don't know why people don't want to do it. I memorized her number specifically for that.
I probably should. And I think she knows my
should.
number, but I have a catchy
Does
number.
she?
Yeah.
All right, get her to find out if she's eating Bay Cities, and if she, I need to know. I just.
How can she not hear me? How can she not hear me yelling at the top of my lungs? Babe! Come here! If you get a second.
Yeah,
She heard
we're
me.
having
Now.
pillow talk.
She heard me on the really loud yell. I
Yeah?
shouted you like 4 times.
I heard you once, but I didn't think it was for me.
Oh, who do you think I was calling babe? Mark?
I didn't hear babe. I just heard.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Bay Cities?
Yeah.
Sandwiches. Have you been?
I've had a sandwich from there.
She's had a sandwich from there.
Okay, and thoughts?
What did you think?
Is it the best?
Is it the best sandwich?
No.
Wow. No.
The bread's good, but the salami was sliding around.
Really? I actually have the opposite of the fact, which was the bread fucking sucks.
He didn't like the bread.
That's it. It's the bread. It's the bread. It's
You
too
know,
firm.
you know, like, you know what it is. The problem is, here, hold her headphone like this so you guys can both hear. What makes a sandwich place not good? This is so romantic. I'm loving this for you guys. This is so sweet. what makes a like a sandwich place not good is the bread itself was fucking hard and it wasn't good.
That's it.
And what people told me was, well, you didn't order it right. You have to tell them to warm the bread and you have to buy the bread. I'm like, I'm in a sandwich shop. By default, if you're making me a hot sandwich, you should at least put the bread on the skillet for about 30 seconds.
Give me your best shot. I don't want
Give
to
me
have
your
to
best
tell you
shot.
what to do.
And if I
Yeah.
have to custom order something to make your shit good, it's not a good place.
Right.
Yeah, my sister loves that place, but I'm not huge on it just because you can't take a bite without everything sliding around because the bread is too hard.
That's
Bread
a
is
real problem.
hard.
Oh, do you know my phone number?
Yeah,
Don't say it. You don't have to say
Don't-
it to the mic
No,
because
I'm
I
not
don't want
gonna.
people to be doxing me.
it's
But you-
no.
Do you
Why?
really?
Oh my God, it is. That she got it. That's great.
Wait, why?
Well, because you were talking about he got locked out of his place and he was able to call his girl, but I don't know your phone
Oh.
number, so I
Well,
would
that's
be
a problem.
SOL.
Yeah. How many phone numbers do you remember?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Because you have the headphones on.
Oh yeah.
You're in.
I know my sister's, my mom's American. She has 2 phone numbers. I know my mom's, my sister's.
Notice she says mum because she's
And
from
his.
England. She's fancy.
I don't really know anybody else's. No.
That's still impressive because he knows nothing.
Yeah, that's not good.
I know it starts with the Chicago zip code. I mean, area code.
Yeah, he also just barely learned our address.
So many numbers. It's not fair. I move every fucking year. I can't remember where I lived anymore. I don't even know.
I mean, I'll give you that.
I don't know what street I live on.
I'll give you that. Here's in the chat. Tony finally learned my number when he couldn't call me when he got his DUI.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
memories.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he wouldn't have been able to call you if he was that drunk. Like, kind of a catch-22. Right? I don't know.
Okay, should I
Are you
see
tapping
my
out?
way out?
your phone is
we'll
going
have
off,
you
by
on
the
for
way.
the show. We'll give you a guest spot in the show in the future. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Yeah, we want to have you on.
Yeah.
You want to talk about sandwiches?
Yeah, we'll talk about whatever you want, dude. This is, well, this
That's
is the
his
Pillow Talk side of
territory
it.
anyway.
I'm the sandwich man.
Sandwiches is his territory.
All right. Well,
I made a
we'll come
wicked
up with
sandwich
something
on
for you.
Sunday for my whole family. It was really good.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for answering our questions. We appreciate that.
Okay.
Oh my God,
Bye.
that love is love, dude.
Wait, you're
Love is love, huh? That's sweet.
Love is blind, so they
Love is
say.
blind. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, but yeah, I was locked out, and I had to. My neighbor happened to be awake. It was like it's the other Armenian family that lives next door.
You got 2? Lucky you.
The whole building is Armenian except for me and this Hispanic family.
Glendale.
Represent and like so I call the Guatemalan, doesn't pick up. Call her again, doesn't pick up. I call Javi, doesn't pick up.
Wait,
And
what
I'm like,
time is it?
11:30.
That's not that late. She should pick it
No,
up.
you know, she was sleeping. She's sick. She had COVID or has COVID coming
Can
down.
you throw pebbles at her window? Do you have that type of setup like the movies?
No, I don't.
That's cute. It's a
Yeah,
cute way
I
to
know.
wake somebody up.
Yeah, it is. But like then I started texting. I'm like, hey, it's me. I'm locked out of the place. But I was really proud of myself for being able to have their phone numbers dialed in like that.
That is pretty good. I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow. I'll drill
I
it.
remember the other phone number. I remember my old phone number when I was growing up, the house like landline, and I know Domino's Pizza's phone number.
Wow. You're good.
818-246-3850. 246-3850.
That's your local
yeah.
Domino's?
Yeah,
You call in your pizza orders.
I could if I wanted to. I remember it. That's the childhood one.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, they probably kept it. Her phone is always on silent. I got a friend like that. My buddy Eric.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I have a better chance at going on Steam on my computer and messaging him and saying, "Hey, do you want to play some games?" Because
Well,
if I
my-
text
my-
this fool or call him, I get nothing.
My phone is always on silent too.
Yeah.
But I sleep usually with the phone next to me, so it vibrates. And the reason why I've been doing that is I have this alarm clock on my phone that tracks my sleep, and it's supposed to. And I don't know how great it is. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not, because it recognizes the movement. And if you're moving a lot, it's not a
You're not
deep
sleeping
REM
right.
cycle.
Yeah.
and it'll tell me how bad I suck at sleep. So that's been my thing, and I keep it there.
That's
and
cool.
then so I'll feel it vibrate if you keep calling me enough.
And the time is right, and you're not tired, dude. Hopefully, it's not a post-workout day. You know, in deep sleep.
Yeah, dude. I need that REM cycle.
Well, wait. So you got in the house or what?
Yeah, she eventually called back,
Yeah.
and because I was texting my dude, and I was like, hey, can you give me Tony's phone number so he can call the Guatemalan's mom or something to figure it out. And eventually she picked up and she drove down. I was all super pissed off because like she's all sick and had to get me in the apartment. I was like, I didn't even have my phone, dude. Like
I did that to my girl at like 6 in the morning the other day. I had to leave early, and I forgot my bag or something. She was not happy. That's
dude.
love. That's life, dude.
Yeah,
You know?
that's called love, dude. It's unconditional.
Yeah.
Figure it out, girl.
Sorry.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end. I need to eat something, man.
Hour and 35. We fucking maxed out today. Look at us, dude.
Yeah, pillow talk, dude.
Easy.
Got a guest in, talked about all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
All right, man.
Twitch, YouTube. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys.
Kill the stream.
Love you. Bye.